Hey guys, what's happening? It's Dave Brown here, and today we're doing a lesson on Tom Petty's Wildflowers. One of my favorite songs off of one of my favorite albums of his. Great acoustic tune, just great vibes all around the whole album, really. But it's pretty straightforward. We're going to be capo 5, standard tuning. There's some trickiness, but it's a cool little trick to learn if you've never done it before. Essentially, there's a lot of hammer-ons going on with some basic open chords. As well as some kind of different fingerings that you might be used to if you're only used to basic chords, but approachable for the most part once you get that little hammer on. So why don't we just jump right in and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So if we got this F chord right here, so normally we do an F chord full on bar. Not today though. Today we got to do it Hendrix style. So we're going to put our first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. That's your basic F triad, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of keep our pinky down the whole time for this. We're going to add that to the 1st string. It's this nice F9 chord, and then if you can, you want to wrap your thumb around and get that 1st fret on the 6th string. So that's the general chord that this is based off of, right? But then we got this hammer-on thing. And so for most of you starting now, you might hear it, the normal try, but what you really want to make sure you're hearing before you even get started is, can you get that open string to ring? What a lot of you are going to be doing is you're going to be coming up shallow on that index finger, so it's going to kind of obstruct that 3rd string. And so you're not really going to get it. So in order to at least start to hopefully get this, because it might take a little bit, but once you get past that, that's pretty much the whole shtick of the song, right? So if we play each individual string and then try to hammer it, if you don't get it, well, guess what? If you bring your hand down below, so bring your thumb down to the ground so it's kind of on the back of the neck, that's going to open up the hand below, right? So that'll kind of get it so that it really gets out of the way of that 3rd string, hopefully. Again, you want to be really careful about that ring finger. That's what you're looking out for being the troublemaker. You can even area your ring finger on top of the 4th string so that's kind of almost touching the side of the 5th string, which is great because you don't want that to ring anyway. So it's kind of, 2 for 1. You're muting the 5th string, but you're also getting out of the way of the 3rd string, so you get that. Strategic. So yeah, it's a hard grab. Boy, is it pretty, right? So once you got that, that's the basic concepts. Then you're just going to keep your pinky down, like we mentioned before. We're going to bring these 2 fingers up, your middle and your ring, to make a C chord. So your 1st finger's already right where it needs to be. Your pinky's right where it needs to be. All you have to do is move your middle finger and your ring finger up 1 string each, and then we're going to do that same hammer-on trick. Okay? So again, we got it on F. And then we're going to go to G. G's arguably the hardest one to get it to do its thing. So don't get hung up on it so much as the others. But again, you don't want to just hope that you have it. You want to test, can I get that 2nd string, technically the 4th string, to ring open with that F chord. 4 more songs with this kind of a chord, now that I think about it. It's kind of essentially, well, he does it in a lot of songs, but specifically Wind Cries Mary would be worth checking out. Maybe I'll teach it. If you want me to teach it, comment below. We'll make it happen, because I teach that to my students all the time. It's really great, especially for the solo, great double stops. I digress. So once we got this, essentially you're going to strike it once, hammer on, strike it again. That's the first half. And then you just got to go down, up, down, up. But it's still missing something. The song has a swing to it, right? So you want it to bounce. We don't need to go down the rabbit hole of what swing is versus straight today, but essentially, instead of, okay, I'll go down that rabbit hole. Swing versus straight. Straight is 50-50 divisions of the beat when you're talking about 8th notes. 8th notes divide the beat in half. So generally speaking, we're counting to 4, 2, and every time you tap your foot, that's a number going by. And when your foot goes in the air, we can subdivide it in many different ways. In half with eighth notes from threes, in thirds with triplets, as well as quarter. What? Man, I'm struggling. As well as 16th notes and divided in 4. Today we only got to worry about eighth notes. And so when your foot's in the air, we say the word and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, there's two ways to interpret that. There's a 50-50 division of the beat, but there's also a 66-33, which is more of like kind of a heartbeat feel, where it's like doo-doo, doo-doo, where the second note falls into the next one. So here's straight. Maybe somebody should do like a punk rock version or a pop punk version of what Please Don't Do That. Or maybe, I don't know, could be cool. So with the swing and just that bounce, that's what makes it. So again, we're going down, up, down, up. Essentially, that's the majority of the song. Like, if you can do that, you got the song, and I would just sit down with a drum beat or a loop and metronome and just loop that over and over and over again until you get it. Groove it at a slow tempo, make it comfortable. Even, again, make sure those individual notes are ringing. The interlude's pretty straightforward. What he did was pretty simple. It was kind of just F, add 9. Little up sharp in between C, A minor, D over F sharp, which is going to be your middle finger on the second fret of the 6th string, ring finger on the second fret of the 3rd string, and pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then G, right? But if you're playing it by yourself, that can feel a little empty. So what we're going to do to kind of keep it going, keep the energy up, is we're going to play a root chord and then an up strum in between. So first chord, F add 9. C, the root is going to be on the 5th string. A minor, the root's going to be on the 5th string. D, F over F sharp, the root's on the 6th string. It's not the root, it's actually the bass. That's another video though. And then we got a G. So okay, and then when you're on the G, you're just hitting the root chord, and then you go down on beat 3, and we're going to go up on the and at 3. With our first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then take it off for 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. Getting comfortable with that, it might make sense to kind of just go down the chord, up on that. See how fast you can get it, but actually no. See how clean you can get it. That's the way to be. So in total, all back to back, it actually happens 2 times in a row. I'll do that. Kind of hang on G, and then you're back into the verse. We don't need to put all the pieces together. It's in a PDF down below. You can click the link from my Google Drive and just figure it out, play along. Again, highly recommend breaking it down in little sections and repeating it, but most of all, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and if you found this helpful in any sort of way, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel this year. It'd be cool to have you aboard. Cheers.